What's going on, guys? I'm going to give you a couple quick tips to help you beat the second boss in Nioh, and this first one is very important. Make this as a shortcut. The anti-paralytic needle will help you immensely in this fight if she does freeze you. It happened to me multiple times and was the reason I was struggling with her until I realized I actually had some in my inventory, like an idiot. And then I also had the anti-paralysis charm that I equipped as well. These combined will help you a great deal in this fight. That's why I was struggling with her so much. I finally beat her on this try, and I think it was my third or fourth try. It was at least my third, and she kept freezing me, and I didn't really know how to get out of it or what I could do, so she would just walk up to me and kill me. And this fight is totally about timing. And right here, okay, when she makes her little yell, like her little Mortal Kombat yell, you want to dodge in either direction. Just make sure that you dodge. If you get hit by that wave, then that's when you will get freeze. If you get freeze, use that needle to get out of it. It will stop it and it will allow you to move again. Now, I know this is not a perfect run. I'm not saying it is. I know I got hit a bunch, and I actually ended up barely beating her in this run. But I wanted to make a video to help you guys because I tried looking this boss fight up, and I looked at like 3 or 4 videos, and nobody had any commentary, nobody gave any advice, nobody was being helpful at all about it. It was just some dude in the cave, and they beat her and then collected their loot and left. And I was like, well, I guess nobody has a mic anymore, but I appreciate it. See, right there, she froze me, and how quick I got out of it. Boom, use the needle there, right there. That's the big part. And when she finishes her roundhouse attack, try to go in and hit her. And you don't want to really go over a 1 hit. If you go for a 2, she might turn around and react in time to grab you, and like that right there. You don't want to get grabbed by that. That actually doesn't do as much damage as you think it would, but if she starts kicking you again, then you're going to take massive damage in this fight. You can actually block those needles too. So when you see her go up like that, she can still shoot to freeze you, or she can shoot those needles at you, and you can either dodge them or you can block them. And since I had the big axe, I went for the blocking most of the time. And the thing that also will help you from being frozen in this fight, if you're struggling with that, with the paralysis, is the body stat. And if you look at the very bottom where it gives the description of the stats, it actually says on there that it increases your resistance to poison and paralysis. So the time that I beat her in this fight, I'm a level 20 and I have a 12 stat for my body stat. So right here, I went ahead and used my living weapon. I've seen a couple people in the videos that didn't actually even use their living weapon, but I wanted to get it in there and cause damage on her in case I died and lost it. It was actually the first time I attempted the fight where I had the living weapon fully charged enough to actually use it against her. So that may have been actually a big reason why I beat her in this fight. Another very helpful tip for this fight is you either want to use the high stance or the mid stance, because they do the most damage. But I went really with the mid stance. I'd say with the high stance you're a little slow, but you will get the more damage. So that's totally up to you. Whatever you're most comfortable with, use it. And make sure you stay out of those pools of pollution that are on the floor. The longer you stay in them, they will drain your ki and then will drain your stamina, and that will give her enough time to get over there and latch onto you or hit you with those spin kicks, because you will be drained and you won't have enough to get away from her. So when you go in for your 1 hit or your 2 hit, make sure you don't stay in there or linger, that you dodge and roll to either side to get out of that pool. And also for this fight, I highly recommend either using an axe or a spear, something that's got a lot of reach on it, because the majority of this fight is basically spent running from her. And you want to keep a good distance from her, because not only is she putting the pollution pools on the floor, but she has such a wide range on her spin kicks and all that. You spend a lot of this time basically just running from her. So when you do have that opportunity from when she stops her attack and turns to run up to her, you want to be able to reach her. So I wouldn't really recommend swords or anything like that unless that's all that you have powered up. Obviously whatever you have the highest familiarity with, that you've got boosted up, is going to do the most damage. So if you've been using dual swords or a single sword this whole time, you know, don't swap it up just for this fight, because you're not going to do near as much damage as you would with your sword. So, but I would just highly recommend using an axe or a pole spear or something like that to hit her, because you're going to get a few extra feet of range, and it's going to help you tremendously when you go to roll and get away from her. I highly recommend not trying to use ranged weapons on her, like a longbow or anything like that, because the time that it takes you to stop and aim, she's going to be right on top of you. So unless you're just really, really good and can pull off headshots that much that will actually matter and do damage to her, it's not worth the sacrifice of having her grab you or get right on top of you or something like that. And also, if you start out bad, don't waste your extra elixirs from surplus. Just go ahead and let her kill you or fight the best you can. Don't waste those. You know, you could actually need them on a run where you're doing a lot better and barely make it like I did in this one. Hope this helps you out, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good one. Peace.